My dear viewers, good evening. This is a new edition of our program Windows. In today's edition, we're going to discuss Aswan Peace Forum and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's word to the forum, and also the main aim of the forum and its recommendations. And to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us today our dear guest, Dr. Asmaa Zieny, Graduate Presidential Program Women Lead. Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, Dr. Zieny, how did you follow President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's speech to the forum?
Actually, the inaugural speech of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to the Aswan Forum for Sustainable Peace and Development in its 5th edition was a speech that was tackling all the pains and situations in Africa, and giving us hope that the forum is going to be actually, it was, as it concluded its sessions this week, the forum gives Africa, as the president in his speech explained, is giving Africa a voice. We are holding this forum for peace, sustainable peace, to say that the African continent is in need to not only to peace, to a sustainable peace, because Africa is a very rich, a very huge continent, and the main wealth of Africa is not oil, it's not gold, it is not minerals, it is the people of the continent, as it came in the speech. I believe this is one of the most important things that the forum highlighted.
Actually, Dr. Zieny, the President said that African continent has an important role, as you've just mentioned, an important role to play in challenging the international polarization, which he said was weakened, has weakened the ability of multi-party institutions to address their mandates.
Yeah, I completely believe that Africa is in need to, via this forum, I mean, via the Aswan Forum for Sustainable Peace and Development, is in need to showing the world that Africa is able to achieve its own peace. Peace is something not imported to Africa. It is something that should be made by the people in Africa themselves. Once the people are working to build this sustainable peace, it will remain.
Yes. Dr. Zieny, the President also stressed on a very important point, which we all know, that the President spoke about the resources of Africa, and said that Africa, with its abundant resources and huge labor force, has a great chance in order to be one of the leading forces for regaining the global order and also boosting the role of international organizations and challengers.
Sometimes some European countries and some Western countries may look at the manpower in Africa, especially when we have great numbers of a population. Sometimes they consider this as a weak point. I believe if we are wise enough, this power could be, I mean, manpower. Yeah. I mean
but usually we say that it's one of the nation's strong. Yes, it's a national
power, a source of power.
Yes,
somehow.
It's the national wealth.
Yeah, it is ours. Somehow it is a kind of wealth in case it is very well invested.
Yes.
When they are educated, very well trained, very well, and they are fully aware of the true value of what they have in their countries. I believe the Aswan Forum tried to shed light on how the people in Africa should know that they are a true value, they are a treasure. Sometimes big number is not a big problem. We are working on both, convincing people to have a moderate number of a population in some countries according to their economic resources. But if we already have the population, I believe we are able to invest in them in a very good way.
Yes. Dr. Zieny, the president also said that we, in order to achieve development in Africa, we should try to end the conflicts between the African countries, and also the president said that there is a need to activate the policies of the African Union in order to achieve peace and sustainable development, which is, of course, the title of the conference.
Yeah. One of the main targets of the Aswan Forum, as I said at the very beginning of our episode, that the forum is considered as a voice for Africa, to tell the whole world that Africa is in need to sustainable stability, sustainable peace. No development could be achieved. It is double ways. No peace is achieved without development, and sustainable development cannot be truly achieved without having sustainable peace.
Yes.
There are like parallel two lines that we should all be working for. One of the main things that keeping the African countries behind from development and stability is the conflicts happening in number of African countries, and I believe the people convening in Aswan Forum truly tried to convince institutions, governments that we need to stop, to pause, because we cannot rise in a case of conflict and wars in these many countries.
Yes, the president also did not only mention the conflicts taking place between African countries, but said that the African continent and countries are affected by the wars taking place in the whole world.
Actually, the forum also tried to, in a sensible way, connect between the challenges, the wars, what is both African continent is facing, a number of Arab countries, as what is happening in occupied Palestine and what happened in Gaza for the last 2 years. Egypt is playing this role as a kind of responsibility. As you know, Egypt is a leading Arab countries and leading African countries, and Egypt is trying in all possible ways in form of diplomatic efforts and political efforts to connect both the African and Arab area to achieve what we are aiming for of sustainable peace.
Yes. The forum, this is the 5th edition of the Aswan Forum for Peace and Sustainable Development, and it kicked off in Aswan last Sunday with the participation of Minister of Foreign Affairs, Migration, Expatriate Affairs Badr Abdelghati, and a number of ministers and representatives of regional and international organizations. How did you see this gathering of the participants and its importance?
I see that Aswan Forum on its 5th version is like a duty and responsibility of Egypt. As you just said, that it kicks off the first version of the forum 2019 in the beautiful city of Aswan. We are showing the whole world that Egypt is a center of peace. All Egyptian beautiful cities like Aswan and Sharm el-Sheikh are giving the world not only its beauty, its ability to attract world officials, African officials, heads of states and heads of governments, to tell them that on the land of Egypt, the beautiful land of Aswan city, we are able to plan and achieve peace as long as all leaders have this will. And
yes,
this was very clear in the inaugural speech of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi.
Yes. The forum was organized by Cairo International Center for Conflict Resolution, Peacekeeping and Peace Building. Do you think that it was able to discuss the promotion of peace, security and the development, as well as to meet the aims of, as well as the means of achieving stability and comprehensive development in the African continent?
Truly, Aswan Forum is one of the best things that Cairo Center for Sustainable Peace, or Triple CPA as it is usually known. The Triple CPA is holding this forum for the 5th year, 5th version, I believe, to give, as I told you, Africa the chance to let the whole world listen to their voice, and also to seek for impactful partnership. One of the main targets that the forum this year was seeking is bringing decision makers, politicians, people
Yes.
from different countries, and even from UN and world organizations, seeking that Africa is not in need to help, it is in need to partnership.
Yes.
Sustainable partnership to deal with the challenges and the conflicts that are happening in many of the African countries.
Yes, we have spoken about the place, of course, Aswan, that hosted the forum. Also the timing of organizing this forum and being concluded in 2 days. Do you think 2 days was enough, or we needed more, a week or something, to discuss this issues?
Regarding the timing, it is a very good coincidence that even the Aswan Forum happening this month of October, directly after the signing of the agreement for peace, to achieve peace in occupied Palestine. It is another very important step that the Egyptian diplomacy is showing the whole world.
Yes.
As long as we have this will and we are able to achieve this peace, once there is no discrimination, there is inclusion of everyone included in the peace process. And also one of the main themes that the forum tried also to show the whole world, once you focus on both youth and women, if they are involved in the peace process, the achieving of peace is truly possible.
Yes. Dr. Zieny, the forum have discussed or reviewed a number of pivotal issues as the challenges of peace, security in Africa, establishment of the partnership to face the resources shortage crisis.
Yeah, this is one of the main achievements of a triple CPA in form of holding this forum. It is the triple CPA is bringing to the same table, as I told you, decision makers, leaders, politicians, and institutions like the African Union and even national organizations from number of African countries, and bringing also the UN and number of world organizations. And also very important thing that happened this year, that triple CPA brought a private sector, because they believe that one of the ways to achieve sustainable peace, to involve all parties, youth, women, private sector, decision makers, politicians, social sciences, some thinkers, and all parties should be involved in having this very crucial process to the whole world, and of course to Africa, which is sustainable peace.
Yes, Dr. Zieny, the conference also have discussed the role of artificial intelligence in promoting peace and development.
Yeah, our era has become shaped with, if we choose or not, accept or not, AI became like integral part of many fields, and I believe in the field of achieving and building peace, sustainable peace, AI could be one of the things that could help if it is very well used, if the voice of everyone is included. For example, AI is able to expect things before they happen. If truly true data and inclusive data is given to the whatever form of AI, it could help. It could be a source of helping and comforting this illnesses. But if everyone is fair sound, is given to everyone.
Yes, yes. So we are going to, Dr. Zieny, to a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to be back to you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. While resuming our interview with our dear guest, Dr. Asmaa Zieny, Graduate Presidential Program Women Lead. Dr. Zieny, also the forum, Aswan Peace Forum, have tackled the challenges of mediation in Africa and the promotion of economic integration through investment in infrastructure and cooperation in border management.
During also the inaugural speech of President, His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, he touched this point that we need to have infrastructure in Africa for the sake of achieving sustainable peace. I believe infrastructure in African countries is not only building roads and bridges, it is building hope for people to make them sure that we are able to achieve peace in all African countries once all efforts of all involved parties, politicians, private sector, decision makers, and whatever, youth. And by the way, this year, this version of Aswan Forum comes with the celebration which UN is having for its own agenda of Women, Peace and Security, WPS, and also the 10th anniversary of UN Agenda for Youth. I believe if all these parties are brought to the table, Africa is able to achieve peace every and each where.
Yes. Dr. Zieny, the forum have discussed the strategic role of the Red Sea acting as a bridge for Arab-African integration.
Yeah. This came also during the speech of both President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and the UN Secretary General during the inaugural speeches of the two leaders. The Red Sea is in a location, a very strategic location. It connects the African countries to Egypt and also connecting the Arab countries to Egypt.
Yes.
It plays a vital role. I believe the security of the Red Sea is part of Egypt national security and also the security of all African countries, and achieving peace is becoming like an integral part of Egyptian national security strategy also.
Dr. Zieny, this year's edition places a special emphasis on women and youth as central partners in achieving development goals. What's your comment?
Yeah. This one of the first things that the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi touched in his inaugural speech of 5th edition of Aswan Forum. As I told you just a few seconds, that this year comes UN is celebrating the 25th year of Women, Peace and Security Agenda, WPS, and also the 10th anniversary of the UN Agenda for Youth. Egypt also, following the steps of UN, had its own national strategy for empowering women, WPS and WPS, because the participation of both women and youth in the peace process is something, it is not luxury, it is a necessary, very crucial step, because more than half of the population of the African continent is youth and women.
Yes.
If they are not brought, we are not achieving a sustainable peace. So
yes.
That's why the forum is assuring that they should be involved and encouraged to be involved in the process of both building and keeping sustainable peace.
Yes. Dr. Zieny, of course, on the political level, we all know that Egypt plays a significant role bridging Africa, or linking Africa to the whole world, to the Arab world and to Europe. So many observers view Egypt's voice at the Aswan Forum as both moral and strategic.
Yeah. Actually, both Egypt, in cooperation with African Union, is giving the whole African countries a chance to show the world that we are there. Their voice should be heard, and the effort is exerted in number. I believe there are wars in some African countries facing war, but war is not cutting the whole country. It is happening in parts of some countries, and we should be showing the world that once the international will is directed to achieve peace in Africa, African countries are able to do this by themselves. It is something should be forced. It should be made from inside, with the will of politicians, decision makers, diplomats, and all involved parts, but from inside Africa.
Yes.
Because when the solution comes from inside, It fits everyone. When it is imposed from outside, maybe someone is not aware of what's happening on the ground.
Yes.
That's why Egypt and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Egyptian presidency is assuring that African solutions should come from inside Africa.
Yes. Dr. Zieny, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have concluded his word or speech before the conference by saying, I'm confident that our African continent have the capacity to secure and fulfill its people's aspirations for sustainable peace and development. So what does this confidence mean in practical terms?
Also, I am hopeful about the future of Africa, as His Excellency
President
show with this. Africa has many potentials. I believe that peace, achieving peace in Africa is not a dream. It's something that could be achieved practically once we do it in the true steps, the practical steps. And once everyone is involved, women, youth, private sector, politicians, diplomats, thinkers, academics, everyone is involved in the process. Achieving peace in Africa is not a dream. It is not far away. It is something that can be approached and can be achieved. We are so hopeful about the future of Africa once there is inclusion of everyone, and once young generations are giving the true chance to prove themselves.
Yes, yes. Dr. Zieny, President Sisi also underlined the importance of investment in infrastructure, strategic corridors, and innovative partnerships.
Yeah.
So how can such economic initiatives serve as a foundation for peace in Africa?
Among the very important achievements of Aswan Forum, as it came in the concluding speech by Ambassador Saif Qandil, the manager of the Aswan Forum on its 5th edition, I believe that they were able to achieve number of partnerships with number of world organizations and institutions for the sake of supporting and funding the process of peacemaking in number of African countries under the umbrella of both Egypt and African Union. And this could be considered one of the success that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Egypt is able to achieve, and it is added to its diplomatic success.
Dr. Zieny, Egypt have hosted the Aswan Forum for 5
years,
editions, 5 years. What does this tell us about Egypt's long-term vision in its leadership role as stabilizing the force in Africa?
Aswan Forum comes as a practical proof that Egypt is leading the African way towards achieving development and sustainable peace. Egypt is not caring about achieving national security, the Egyptian national security, because the African countries is like the extension. It is security in peace and security in all Africa is part of our strategy. We are not separated from our neighbors and our country and other countries. We are part of a whole. Egypt is proving to the whole world, among the Arab countries, among the African countries, Egypt is not separated from what's happening whatever where, especially for Arab and African countries. And Aswan Forum in this 5th version came especially at this very crucial timing of global polarization and challenges and wars that affecting number of countries of the world, to show the whole world that we are able to achieve our own peace.
Yes.
It is something not to be excluded. They are not able to achieve. We are able to achieve peace, not only in our country, in all African countries.
Yes. Dr. Zieny, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, in the opening of the forum, he started his word saying that you are well aware of the challenges we are facing in that moment, at a time when the world is struggling to manage multiple crises. Why is the Aswan Forum becoming year by year more vital African platform for peace and sustainable development, because when it started 5 years ago, we didn't have all these challenges that are facing the continent and the whole world.
Truly, the
Which
timing.
means it's very good that we have started 5 years ago with this forum, because now it's
as if Egypt was preparing the platform for Africa
in case of any challenges,
whatever happens, we can handle.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yes.
There is a caring country. Egypt is caring about all what is happening, as I told you, because we consider this as part of our national security. Egypt is caring about all what is happening in Sudan, what is happening in Nigeria, in all African countries, whatever happening under the umbrella of the African Union. And I believe the first version of Aswan Forum came 2019, when Egypt was leading the African Union that year.
The president was the president of the African Union.
And this is one of the main achievements of the forum. And continued to until the fifth version.
Yes. So Egypt and the president, while being the president of the African Union, really had a future vision.
We are not away. We are showing our neighbors, our African countries, that we are not away from what's happening everywhere. We are at the heart of Africa, by following up, by showing the whole world that we are there, giving the whole countries, the African countries, the chance to be here and to have partnership with world organizations, and even developing the South-South dialogue. And this is very crucial to the future of peace building in Africa.
Yes. Doctor, also, as you've just mentioned, the African Union, when President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was the president of the African Union, he was very keen on the women empowerment and also the youth, the role of the youth.
It's proven when women are brought at the table of making peace, peace remains. This is why Egypt, and inside Egypt we value this. This is very clear in the national programs for empowering women and training programs and all the chances given. It is something not only for Egyptian women. Now Egypt is showing the world that we are moving our experience towards the African countries in the field of empowering women in WPS.
Yes. Also, when the president was the president of the African Union, most of the political analysts said that Egypt is back to Africa and Africa is back to Egypt. How did you follow this statement? And we can see this on the ground. The president, of course, boosted Egypt relations with all the African countries. And we can see this also very clear recently with the talks and discussions and visits by Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati.
The
African countries.
During the Egypt leadership of the African Union, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi leading the African Union that year, it was diffusing the sayings that Egypt is far away from African countries, because what's happening between Egypt and Ethiopia after the building of the Jordan and what is affecting this. But whatever happens, Egypt is never leaving our African partners. This is practically, it is not a talk, that something that we say. This is what the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is practically year after year proving to the whole Africa.
Egypt's relations with most of the Nile Basin countries is
very strong,
very
and
strong
fruitful.
Relations.
We have fruitful discussions every now and then, and we are keen on keeping this. This is very clear in the visits that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi had to these countries.
And actually most of the African countries have the same stance with Egypt concerning several international problems or crises around. They have the same stance concerning Libya, concerning Syria, concerning Gaza. Did you get me?
This is easily proven when you can see the respect that all African, whatever leaders and youth and everyone shows it to Egypt, especially something for like Al-Azhar, for example. When it comes to Al-Azhar, everyone is paying due respect and gratitude for what Egypt, even what Egypt generally is doing for all African countries.
Yes. Actually, unfortunately, our time is up. I thank you very much for coming today. Thank you so much, Dr. Asmaa Zieny, graduate presidential program Women Lead. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you so much
really
for having me.
The pleasure to host you.
It is always a pleasure to be in your company.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you so much. Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of our program, Windows.